Hey, happy holidays, everybody! As we get another streamer going. I know I got the blue on. I know it's messing everything here on the old green screen. Forgive me. Hopefully, everybody is winning some cash and having a good old time. I want to point this out too, where I think this is for anything that you truly love. And I know it's probably not for daily fantasy, but I hope a lot of people do this because they love to do it. I really love the challenge, building lineups in any fantasy, but I know winning money is important. But I do feel that if you're trying to just do this to win money, stealing lineups, using the optimizer quick, not doing any research, and putting in a lot of money too. I know that a lot of the pros, they spend a lot of money, but they're also doing a lot. They're doing this full time, and they're constructing lineups. They're doing a lot of research. They're not just winning because they're spending a lot of money, and I see that all the time. Well, I don't have $1,500 to optimize, to go 150 lineups. Yes, you do, because they have contests that are a dime, and I don't max those out. I've been doing more MME lately, where I put 50 lineups in for a penny, for 10 cents. I'll show you some things that I did. Last night, let's go to a quick thing last night here on FanDuel. Now, this isn't sexy. By the way, remember I harped on playing free contest, right? I know there's not a lot of money in free contest. This was a Madden simulation yesterday that FanDuel offered. They simulated the Thanksgiving game, all right? I made this lineup in 5 minutes, and all I did, I'll be honest with you, I Googled this. I found I think it was Number Fire. I found an advice page because I didn't know what the Madden ratings were. Madden ratings are obviously different than real life. Guys with speed and like these guys usually have good games. So I found, look at this, Deshaun Jackson. He was the fastest guy, his speed on Madden. Gallup. Now look at 86.28. I was off 250 yards basically by playing him at captain and not him. That's it. I had the same lineup minus the captain. I made this lineup in 5 minutes. I won $10 for doing nothing. But obviously, like if I MME'd this yesterday, 150 lineups. I didn't put in 150, put in 50, 5 cents, $2.50. I won $2. Okay. But this was my best lineup. I'm practicing, to be, not that far off from the winning lineup. So I'll take that. But I like doing this, and I did research on it. So don't, I know that's the thing now. Everyone wants to win. We all want to win money. But you got to do some work on this, too. And when you have lows, like I had a low on FanDuel, we'll get that to the minute, you got to forget about them. But I just hope people truly enjoy this because I love this. I'm doing prize picks now. You can see my balance. I also have, and I think I've showed people this before, I have a DFS winning sheets where I put all my, and you see I'm negative on DraftKings, FanDuel, positive on DK. I play owner's box, $35 there. This is my prize picks, and I do Thrive, so I track everything. So going into anything I do, I have a process. I think you have to have a process. I'm not smart enough not to. I use a lot of research tools. I just signed up for Fantasy Labs. I think you guys should do it. It's $9 for a month. Try it out. See if you like it. I think you should do that. And I have a process for cash games. what I usually do in my cash game on DraftKings was good, profitable. I went against my rules, which cost me a little bit. Like the stuff with 3 running backs, pay down at tight end, and pay down at defense and quarterback. Try to have a stud receiver and a stud running back. The pricing's getting different now, but I didn't do that this time. I was worried that if I went into my cash games without having a piece of this and a piece of that, KC and Dallas, I'd be screwed. Now, listen, you get away with it in cash games because 80% of the people had Gallup. So that's a good thing. If he fails, don't look at it as if I didn't play Gallup and played somebody else, it would have been ahead of the field. No, play the chalk, because if the chalk does not work, everyone else is in the same boat. But you can see here, 30%. Mahomes is really a tournament quarterback, and he hasn't been playing great as of late, but you don't need to pay this. See? I've talked about this before, and I contradict myself. You're 2,100 different, and you got 6 more points. That really only happens with quarterbacks. Running backs, yeah, occasionally, and there was value this week, but you didn't need to pay up. Now look at this guy was second in this 10-man with Prescott. So what I was going to do, I wanted Hill in my lineup. And so instead of Hill with this cost, I figured, I'll get all of Kansas City's by playing Mahomes. It just didn't work out. And it just shows why you don't need to do that. I bet this lineup here had a high-priced quarterback. Yep, 88 points with Patrick Mahomes. He went 3 values at running back, tight end. And then, these are kind of like, these 3 guys are really GPP guys, but Gallup was okay because of the injuries. But on this slate, if you do the research, which I did the research, Devonte Adams has always killed the Vikings. That game had a 3-point spread, back and forth. I don't like playing 2 guys from the same teams. I don't know why. Maybe I need to change that, but I don't do that because if that game fails, then 2 guys in your lineup probably crop the bed. But paying down for, anybody. Heineke, there are a lot of guys in the 5,000s that I could have played and paid for Adams. I could have even got off Dillon as well. And even I should have gone down more to the Bears because of Lamar Jackson getting called off. And I played Kmet. Again, I actually didn't mind the process of this lineup because I knew that there was some risk here with these 2 guys. I didn't have risk with Waddle, but I figured if I can get to Mahomes and McCaffrey in a lineup, these guys could each have 30, 35 points. I mean, I could get 70 out of these 2. And I knew Mahomes would be low owned to give me a little bit of an edge. And I like a little bit of an edge in cash games because I play, not only do I play the 50-50s, but I play, those 5-mans, the quintuples, which I didn't cash, which you need a little upside. And these are still considered cash games, but I do notice that people play tournament lineups. Like this has got to be a tournament lineup. Allen, Sanders, and no bringback. So I like that. The FanDuel situation was a freaking disaster. Holy crap. I mean, this lineup was awful. I mean, look where I finished. Didn't work. $20 cashed $3. This was my best lineup. I was all over this lineup, this stack. I loved Garoppolo this week against Jacksonville, 30 points. He threw 2 touchdowns. You see the ownership. Probably needed a little bit more. Tua was the winning quarterback in this tournament. But I liked the stack of Kittle and Samuel and running it back with Jamal Agnew, who I thought was going to be, low ownership. I played Jonathan Taylor. This just didn't work out. Look at, I had 2, the running backs. Not a bad lineup. Just didn't have enough. Probably not a good play in tournaments that high I should have gotten off that. No one cares about my market basket ads. So, but the cash game, I don't think I really was disappointed. This happens at times where it's okay to like the process and just not have good results. This was my best 50-50 here. Well, there's probably a lot of duplicate. Yeah, the 121.30. So all those duplicates. I mean, scores were lower this week. Last winning score was 102. So, I mean, I really wasn't that far off. He also had Mahomes, which was FanDuel. It makes it easier. The quarterback's pricing is stricter. Okay, so went with the 3 running backs, like I always do in cash games: Dillon, Ingram, and McCaffrey. I like that. I like Tennessee at home. I paid up a little bit on defense, which I don't usually do, but I mean, geez, I was shocked at this. To get a 0, that sucks. Probably should have gone to Adams in this. Gallup just didn't work in this lineup. Renfro didn't work either. But I kind of like this lineup. And, you look at this lineup that cashed. Adams is the savior, and Kelsey. And I won't pay up because he was highly owned. It's surprising. And this 64% of people had Kelsey, but at that price, only getting, I don't second guess. And Gaskins is a good play, but I just, let's see, he went with the 3 running backs. He got, I'll just give that, 1936, and I had, 45 for my 3 running backs. Just did not work out. Super draft, I just continue to kill it over here. I really do. Come dominate with me over at Super Draft. Love Super Draft. If you don't know it, it's multipliers. Now, you can play salaries. I don't. Lasts. I do multipliers. So the good players. Where is my... Oh, let's just go to NFL here. So this week I had... this 50-50 was a free entry. I had a ticket for $5. So 6, 9, 10, 6. I didn't pay. I only paid for $10 worth. So just to show you how this works. See, players are based on, it's surprising that in this 10-person league that only 3 people had, and I'm assuming this one did. Wow. Jalen Hurts, I don't know why he has got this high of a multiplier. I don't know why he continues to be low owned. It just shocks me. So you can get chalkier here. Obviously, the good players, as you see, don't have the higher multipliers. Wilson starting 1.7. I mean, really, he scores a touchdown. That's a smash. You get 1 point. You see here the multiplier. Fantasy points times the multiplier. Adams killed it. He gets nothing. That's the boost. That's why people don't like to use the one-times guys, because they get nothing. But I don't care on good players. And I used Adams in this. See, there's no salary cap. Chubb killed it. But I'm surprised at some of these ownerships. I mean, 4 people use Chubb, who's at home against Detroit. 4 people use Tyreek Hill. 3 people used Adams, and it's because they fall in love with that multiplier. Now, I bet the non-winning lineups are stuffed with multipliers. Actually, they're not. Look at that. They're all low. Yeah, wow. I figured they would be people. Yeah, Damian Williams, the cash game makes no sense. So that is that. And that is that for week 11. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Stay safe. I'll do a video coming up soon. Maybe the Thanksgiving results. Maybe get into some NBA, which you'll get in soon. All right. Peace and love. See ya.